This is the story of community. I'm Alex Wong. NBC's Community revolutionized broadcast television. Its wit, heart, and uninhibited ambition enraptured audiences from all around the world, securing its place in sitcom history. And yet, that's only half the story. The trials and tribulations Community endured behind the scenes could be made into a show all by themselves. And in fact, that's what I'll attempt to do over the next 7 weeks. Each episode of the story of Community is a little time capsule that takes place over one calendar year, telling the stories and storylines that the Community fandom experienced firsthand from 2009 to the show's end. While there's definitely a lot to cover, no stone is left unturned. Well, I hope. Plus, this podcast actually works best as a companion to every Community fan's favorite mode of consumption, binge watching. Whether you are a devoted fan or watching the show for the first time, it's the perfect sidekick. Every quote, interview, and article I reference is from the year of the episode, meaning that you will experience every bit of news the same way OG Community fans did back when the show first aired. Not to mention there are no spoilers about Community or the state of the world. So I hope you can join me as we head back to 2009 and the birth of Community. If you're binging along, listen to the first episode before watching Season 1 of the show and a new episode after finishing each season. New episodes drop every Tuesday. Well, there are only 7 of them, but that is when they drop. And you can listen and subscribe to the story of Community on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, or wherever you get your podcasts. On the show's website, bit.ly/thestoryofcommunity, you can find complete transcripts as well as the sources used for each episode, including certain interviews and articles I found especially fascinating. On social media, you can follow the podcast on Twitter at StoryofCommPod, on Instagram at TheStoryOfCommunity, and on the Community Podcast Discord at bit.ly/podcastcentral. Every week, I'll also be posting the Story of Community After Show, the Epilogue, on the website, bit.ly/thestoryofcommunity, where I chat with other Community podcasters about their personal experience living the events of this podcast. Now, without further ado, let's find out how this story unfolds.